Beach Bomb, isn't this? No, it's the motor. Okay, Beach Bomb, or it's Palm Beach, sorry. No, I said Bomb Beach. Anyways, this is the GMC motorhome. This is the second color variation. First one was orange, with I think a blue stripe down the side. Blue and white, I believe. But, yeah, another one of those cars that I didn't know about. Hey, can you put the tape around it? You know, because a lot of people that I got these cars from, they're from like antique stores, and I guess I just picked them up somehow. And usually when you find the people at antique stores, they do a little research, and they, you know, they give a pretty decent price. But I got this one for a pretty good deal. And even though if it's got cracked, I've got it patched there, and it'll hold. It's fine. I just didn't want to take it out of the car. It's just cool to have the card. Because, you know, this is what you see when you go into the store and buy one of these. You see the Hot Wheels aisle. You go down there, you see the cars up on the hooks, and you're a kid, and you're at all that, just looking at all those cars. I mean, it's like that today still sometimes. You just get there and you look, and you haven't seen something before nowadays, but, you know, back then, when you're kids, so you don't pay attention to, oh, well, I was on here last time. You just, at all the stuff they have up there. So, anyways, yeah, this is the GMC motorhome in the second variation. This looks like 80, 81, so 82. Man, I haven't looked at some of these cards in a while. That one's got a little bit of a, looks like it's got, I don't know what that's on there. I didn't even remember seeing that when I got it. Oh, well. Next, let's see. Here we go. Pontiac J2000. Never had this car when I was a kid, or the second time I was collecting, so I made an effort to get that car this time. And this is pretty dead on to the actual car, because it's mimicking the Trans Am there. Pontiac did that with a couple of their cars in the 80s. But the J2000 was based off the I think it was the X platform, with the Oldsmobile Buick Skylark, or Skyhawk. I think it was the Skyhawk. And this would eventually turn into the Sunfire. Sunbird. Sunfire was next after that. But yeah. Found one on the package. Darn near mint condition. Couldn't pass it up, guys. So, still had the... still never was put on the hook, so came home. Go in the collection, which you can tell we are building up here. Oh, there we go. The Stutz Bearcat, or Black Hawk. I'm sorry, Stutz Black Hawk. But this is the brown variation. The original one was a gray. And then I think either the black one or this one came out next. I got this in the final run casting too. Pretty big packaging on that one. It's one of the few times it had Real Rider tires. California Customs, I believe it had Real Rider tires. It also was in the original Super or Treasure Hunt set from '95, which I want one of those. That's a nice one right there. I like that. Let's get that deep metallic brown in it. Looks good. I like this. The gray one, it's okay. But the black one and the brown one, it looked the best to me. And the California Custom looks good. And the last one looks good. I'll have to do some, maybe I'll do an episode with these, with the ones I have and the ones I don't have. I can at least talk about them. But yeah. Oh, here we go. A favorite for a lot of collectors. The Ramblin' Record. And I had to pull that sticker off because it was up here. I tried to preserve it. It's no Toys R Us sticker. I tried. I did the best I could. But, yeah, It's on there. Let's just say at least I try to preserve it. I thought it was going to come off real easy, but it didn't. This is one of the few cards I have actually got staples on here, so I don't know if that was a return or something. I never could figure out. I've seen some cards like that on a line like that. The truck's in great shape. It's one of the last years that they, they incorporated this, the backwood bomb, the super van. They all use that same frame on their cars, and they used it on the Ramblin' Wrecker too. And of course, this is not the one that has Larry's actual phone number, which the red line variation of this, which is the earlier version of this, he used to have his number on there. Then of course they blocked it out, which I'm pretty sure he was like getting tired of people calling him. That or he changed the number. I'm pretty sure. I heard of it, but I don't know if he changed his number or not. He probably did. I just remember they said he actually used his number. Okay, guys, here's a real hard one to get. I looked for this one. I collected the second time forever. And it's the Black Mustang. This was supposed to never come out. And it came out in a limited release to the public. And when I started collecting early this time, I made sure to try to find one. And I found one at a pretty good price, and I was pretty happy with it. You know, a lot of ones I see now have the yellowed blister, and this one is not yellowed at all. But this is the actual second color variation before the blue. But this car was never supposed to come out to the public, and it did. Briefly. And I got one. Yep. Next. Here's a good one for you guys. The ZZ Top 34 Ford. Now, I don't know. I never really looked into the story of this car, but I know this is supposed to be the ZZ Top paint scheme. And the decal, or the livery on this one, is supposed to represent that in some ways. But yeah, see how it's got that plastic or white, yeah, I didn't even notice that, guys, but the rubber band on this is actually holding on. It's still doing its job. It didn't dry rot. That is amazing. I didn't even notice that. But that rubber band is still holding on after, God, what is this? This came out in 87? 88. Wow. I'm impressed, guys. I didn't even know that was still on there. I knew this white piece of cardboard was in here, but I didn't look past that. I didn't even see that it was on there. And it's still holding on here. That thing's damn near, oh, sorry. What, 30 plus something? Let's see, 30, 2017, that's 30. Yeah, it's 35 years old? Wow, 36, sorry. Good gravy, I didn't even know that was on there. Holy Toledo. Yeah, but yeah, this is another SOT car after. There's a package variation too. It's the one with the Back to the Future, like, flame marks coming out of the mountains. This is the last version of it. But yeah, this is definitely one if you like straight rods to look for. It's a desirable car. And I've had it once, and now I've had it twice. And then here's a nice little one. This is the man, some of my boxes here. I know this is one of my old ones. Yeah, some of these cases I've had before I collected. I used these cases for my Oldsmobiles when I was collecting, when I was still collecting, but I wasn't collecting like all the castings. But anyways, yeah, I think I picked this on eBay. It's a dump truck, new model, so I think it's the first version of this car, or this truck, unless it was the blue one. I'm not 100% sure. Didn't do research on this, but I kind of wanted the one for the workhorses because I wanted the airport fire truck, which I think it's in here. No, it's not in here. I don't know. Alright guys, let's see. I'm gonna go probably 2 more minutes, and then I'll do part 2. So here's another one of the ones. This car is I don't know. This is when I was still playing with Hot Wheels back the first time that I collected when I was a kid. This, I believe, was the last car I bought or got. Children's Palace, I remember it. And I moved. We lived with my grandparents at that time. Parents were getting divorced and all that. And lost this car. I had it, and from this day, I remember that it fell on the couch and underneath the cushion somewhere, and where, you know, when the springs go down, it just slid in there. Lost it for years. I would have to say that was probably about 85, maybe 86. So I didn't care for it, but I knew it was there. I always remember in the back of my head that that car was in there somewhere. And my grandparents were getting ready to get new furniture. And I decided this is the time to see if I could find that car. And I found it. I did find it. It was mint. Still, like, it just been protected the whole time in the couch. So put it back into when I started my second collection. I put it in there, and ended up showing it for the longest time. And I was gonna keep this car just because that was a cool story that was behind it. And I believe I lost it again, and I'll never see it now because I don't know what happened to it. My friend that I had my cars, I sold my cars whatever I had left of newsletters and stuff like that. I think all the tissue paper I used to roll them all up, I left them in his closet, and I lost the car somehow again, and no telling where it happened to it. It probably got thrown away, or somebody found it and destroyed it. But anyways, that was, I thought, a cool story about that car. You know what? We're going to go ahead and go through these cars. Forget it. I ain't going to worry about it. Here we go. The Aries wagon. I didn't have the Aries wagon when I first when I was collecting when I was a kid. This is not a car I was interested in, I don't think. But I wanted one, and this time of going around collecting, this is the first time that I got one. I thought it was kind of cool casting. You know, this is where the Dodge K car. This is I guess it could be a cool little car. The little wood treatment's kind of silly, but I think this is like the only color variation this car got here in the U.S. It might have changed in France or India or Mexico. I don't know. I never really researched it, but I knew of this one, and I wanted to grab one. And guess what? Here it is in the collection now. All right. 57 Chevy and the turquoise and with the red tampo on the side and the goldish black stripe going up. This one's got the engine sticking out of the hood. Here's a thing for you guys. I think every one of these cars, except for the California Customs Forward, has a blue interior. The blue windows with the blue see-through interior. I always thought that was kind of cool with this car. This car had that, and I know there's another car that had that interior. But anyways, yeah, this is a cool little casting to have, and this turquoise looks good with the Hot One wheels. So, yeah, happy to have that one in collection. All right, so Here's one for you. This is the first 84, well, 80s Corvette, which basically is 84 Corvette. This is the non-metallic silver. They did do a metallic flake silver too, but this is the non. So I think this is the first variation of this car. It's got a Hong Kong casting. The hood does open. There you go. I'm pretty sure some of you guys know that, but I just thought I'd do that for special effects. It's got a two-tone interior, which I guess that's what I use for the taillights, because as this car went through its casting, they started losing the... sorry guys, I got so many cars here. Where the license plate is. If you look there, that started, I think they started losing that. And I think it's actually where the car was fastened together. Now that I look at that, I didn't notice that before. But yeah, they started changing that, and I think they had a post go through the back eventually. So somebody go and see if I'm right about that. I'm not for sure. But yeah. I thought this car was in better shape than that, but anyways, we do have it. This is the classic Cobra in blue with the white stripes. I don't think this is the original one, because I think the original one has basic wheels on it. But I found it a pretty good deal. The packaging is in pretty good shape. It's a Survivor. It's never been on a hook, so I don't know where it came from. I want to say it's maybe a Kmart one, maybe not, maybe Target. I don't know. Ames, who knows? Somewhere it's not around anymore, I don't think. But yeah, it's a nice car. The casting is probably, I didn't have this one. I had the red one, it was my first one. And I found it online, God, probably 2017, 18. And this time, I think it was probably one of my pricier cars. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was probably one of the most I spent for at that time. I think it was like, somebody might laugh at this, but 26 bucks I think I paid for it. Maybe less than that, I can't remember. It was a good deal, and I couldn't pass it up. But yeah, I got it, and there she is in the collection. I can't wait to show these off one day on the walls. We are house hunting right now, so it is in the works. All right, we got 9 more to go. All right, you know what? We might do both these. There we go. So here's the Dodge Omni. I think this is the first paint style. I had this one when I was a kid. I can't remember if I had it around a second go around. I don't think I did, but when I started collecting the second time, I had this one. And that is also a sticker on there to talk about the metallic paint, because eventually they actually put it on the car itself, but I guess this time they had stickers. So yeah, I had this one my last time I collected, and this one I had that when I was a kid. But I had these 2 color variations. I know there's at least 2 or 3 more. But yeah, I'm gonna do a custom on one of these because I bought one. I bought another one of these for 50 cents. I'm gonna have to, as soon as I get my place, I'm gonna start doing some customs. I really am. I want to do them. But yeah, it's nice to have both these. They're just cool cars. I mean, because it just speaks to my childhood. Let's see. Oh, another car that probably one of the first cars I bought. We got back into collecting again. And this one, you can tell the rubber band did not make it. So this is the Real Riders 40s Ford 2-door. Man, that rubber band is putting on a workout on this car. I might have to look for another one, pull this one out. Yeah, black is getting scuffed up. White letters are getting kind of dusty. But yeah, this is one of the other cars I bought around the same time I bought that red 65 Mustang. And it's got the Red Riders, of course, on it. I had one of these. I can't remember if I had this one in the red or the gray hubs or the white hubs. But it didn't matter. I just knew I wanted the car again in my collection. And sure enough, I found one. And that's a bad thing about it. It's never been on the hook. But I don't know. I might let it go. I don't know. I might let it breathe. Who knows? I don't know. I'll think about it. There we go. Jeep Scrambler. It looks, nope, the rubber band did not survive this one either. You can see it right there, kind of dried up. But in other words, it's not really. Well, that's cool. I remember it had the logs and the axe in the back there. It's pretty cool. Yeah. For some reason, I know I have one of these, and there's a. I guess it's a later one. The Scrambler. This is the blue one with the Real Riders is a real nice one to have, but this metallic red is a really nice one too. They did a nice job with this with the basic wheels. It's nice classic design. But yeah, another one for that I had for the collection. Let's see, next, here we go. And I don't think this is the metallic one. I think this is the flat, yep, this is the flat red, or well, gloss red, enamel red, Fairmont, front running Fairmont. It's never been on the hook. I think I bought this the same time I bought the Cadillac Seville. But, had this car, I believe, when I don't know if I traded it or something, but I don't remember buying it. But I do remember having it, and it was all beat to heck. And I found this one with the same guy that was selling the Cadillac Seville, and thought it'd be a nice one to have in the collection. And boom, you are now looking at it. So yeah, that's another one I have. Let's see. One I didn't have in this color, so I had the blue one, but this is the magenta turbo heater, which is basically a Dodge Daytona. I don't know why they had the Dodge Omni name. This came out at the same time. This is the first year or the new model, so this should be original casting. Yep. Well, let's see here. I'll have to back up some more. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm seeing a little spot in there. I can't get my phone to focus. Anyways, I'm pretty sure. Let me look at it. Yeah, it's not the. Well, the casting's been changed over. It's got Malaysia. I think the original one had Hong Kong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one that came out, and the blue one was next. And they do have two different interiors. That one's got like a real like orangish interior on the blue one, and this one's got a beige interior, but it looks good. The hood does open up on this one. I don't think I can get it. I think these are pretty locked down, but you can see right there, there's a little gap there. Dang, did you notice? I didn't notice that now. Look at that. Look at the quality of the you see, if you look there, that's the actual dash. The dash should be up here. And it is all up here. Wow, I didn't even notice that till now. Oh well. Can we call it an error? Can we call it an error? An 80s error? Why not, right? And here's another one that I bought with that blown Camaro, which I think this actually had a blowout too. I don't remember these being yellow. These must have changed yellow when I put them in here. I don't remember it being yellow. But, yeah, I blew out the back. I might have to find me another one down the road. Have me an opener. Why not? Save the card. It just sucks that, these are Never been on the pegs. But yeah, 80s Firebird. It's pretty wild how they changed that design on the back of this thing. I know the back end of this, the light, has changed a couple times. The front end never changed, but I know they made this a permanent, like, molded piece into the body later. And then I think a lot of the remainders later on, God, I would say probably the last couple years that they went down and changed it to basic, or change the size of the wheels, where they were just one size. They weren't staggered. But I do remember this car though. This one, I like to get the chrome one. I like that one too. I've been kind of looking around for that one. But I'll probably find one eventually. But yeah, that's a nice one to have. Let's see. Then Peterbilt dump truck, which this has been around for a while, so I don't know why it's a new model, but Hot Wheels is claiming it is. Maybe it's because it's, I don't know, red. Maybe it's, oh, this is the first casting, so it's Malaysia. But this is 1979, so that is telling me right there that this is a 10-year-old later casting, because this should be 89 almost. Yeah, 89, see? So this is 89, but then the casting. Let's see. Come on, focus. You can't focus, can you? Anyways, that says 79 right there. Sorry, guys. That's what it says. So it's not a new cast. It's not a new model. It's a returning model. And then my fantasy casting. But this is a good one. I never had this one before, except the, I think they had the Incredible Hulk one and the green original Spoiler Sport. But this is not the Spoiler Sport. They changed the name. They changed it to the Street Scorcher. And unfortunately, this one also got busted out. But I taped it. I didn't care. Still a good card. I mean, as long as it doesn't really bust up the front, I'm happy. But it did have a little crack there, I see. Oh well, you can only do so much, right? But it's a nice casting. It's you know, one of the OG Ultra Hots. Where you kind of get to see where they, you know, the Ultra Hot paint scheme. Where the new ones come out, you can kind of see that in the old paint schemes from the Ultra Hots. And this car was not an easy one to find. I'll tell you that now. I was gonna buy another one online, and that quickly escalated up to like $50, and I was like, I'm not that dire need of it, so I just let the other guy have it. But, you know, here's the, you love them or hate them, Ultra Hot Wheels. But, you know, this was new when it came out for me. So this is kind of always speaks to me when I was a kid. So, anyways, I kind of appreciate them. I don't really, you wouldn't see them on my car. But for being a Hot Wheel, I appreciate them for them. And they're pretty fast with these wheels. The Hot One wheels are pretty quick too. But, you know, maybe... we should get a race going. Maybe we need to get some old vintage Hot Wheels with the original wheels and compare it to the new ones and see how quick they are, if they're the same or not. You know, if there's, you know, the speed picks up. Are the old ones better? Are the new ones better? We might need to do that. Might have to talk to I don't know, Mustang Hunter or somebody, see if he'll do old versus new. Be a good little race. So anyways, this is the last car. This is over an hour, but you know what, I have fun doing this, and you know, if you guys can hang in there and watch it, I'm glad you can. I was gonna do 2 videos, but I said forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the whole case, and this is the whole case and that one. So, and see, it's empty. So this is Ryan. from those, dude. If you like it. If you don't like it. You don't have to subscribe. Just watch it and like it. It's, or enjoy it. That's what I'm here for. So, y'all have a good day, and I'm signing off here. And guys, take care. Happy hunting. Laters.